Hold on. There's no way to make that cute. I'm hella cute.
What is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA, and today I am showing you guys how to prep hair for braids. And in addition to that, I'm also going to give you guys a hair growth update on Jasmine. If you guys have been following my channel, then you guys know we did a hair growth journey on her that started with a big chop, and baby girl has inches now. So I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Her confidence is literally through the roof. She is a whole mood. So I'm super excited to kind of share where she's at in her journey. So most of my clients do not come to me with this much like residue and stuff in their hair. She actually was gelling her hair in a bun with gorilla snot, and so there was just a bunch of like residue. She was like, "Don't show my hair." I said, "No sis, I'm gonna show them how you showed up to the salon." So she said, okay, I'm gonna rock it then. So she has like a bunch of just build up residue, like I said, from the gorilla snot. And most of my clients, I do try to wash. I know there's like a big thing about stylists not washing clients' hair, and I feel like in California, at least, you need to be licensed to wash hair in the salon. So that could be why a lot of braiders don't do it. But I do prefer my clients to book a wash through me so that I can make sure it's done correctly. So I'm going to start by fully rinsing her hair, and I'm just trying to get as much of that residue out, any type of dirt or anything. And I do make sure I do this for at least about 3 to 5 minutes, because if you don't fully saturate their hair with the water, sometimes your shampoo won't lather correctly, and her hair is really thick. So I'm going to start off by washing her hair, and I'm using a clarifying shampoo. This is shampoo 1 by Paul Mitchell, and I always use a clarifying shampoo to make sure that I can get as much of that residue out, unless my clients have color, because as you guys know, the clarifying shampoo will strip color out of your client's hair. So in my consultation, before I have any client that is like, especially if it's a new client, most of my clients I know, but if I'm working on a new client, I do always ask them, you know, is this your natural hair color? Do you have any color on your hair? So that I can make sure that when I'm doing, using this clarifying shampoo, I'm not stripping that out of their hair. Now, I have like another like detoxifying shampoo that has tea tree in it that I will use as an alternative if my client does have color, but if not, I always go in with the clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoo will definitely dry your client's hair out, so you want to make sure that you're following up with something super moisturizing. And I always use like a deep conditioner. If they don't book for a deep condition, I kind of use like a hair mask. If they want an actual deep condition, then I'll sit them under the dryer, but I always make sure I go in with something super moisturizing, because clarifying shampoo will literally like strip your hair of everything, especially the natural oils. So for her condition, I'm actually using a mask, and it's a 10 Hair Care Miracle Hair Mask. And this was actually my first time using it. The instructions basically just said apply it thoroughly throughout and leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to make sure I fully detangle her hair at the bowl, because she definitely has type 4 hair, and it is a lot easier when you detangle at the bowl when it's wet. So this detangling process probably takes me anywhere from about 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting that product all the way through, and then I'll start my 5 minutes. So once I let that sit for 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and go in and fully rinse that out. You want to really make sure that you focus on the nape of the neck, because a lot of product can get stuck under there, especially with the type of bowl that we have. And then we will head back to the chair. So here she goes again. Sis is the whole mood. This actually makes me feel good as a stylist, because she's never been this confident about her hair. So I'll be low-key gassing her up, but I'll also be like, baby, I need you to calm down. But yes, I love seeing this confidence as a stylist. So for my blow dry, I'm using Silk Elements Mega Silk Olive Oil Heat Protection Spray, and I'm also using Paul Mitchell Awapui Styling Treatment Oil. And these are my two go-tos whenever I'm doing a blow dry. As always, all the products that I'm using in this video will be listed in the description section below. Here, I just want to show you guys how much hair she lost from the detangling at the bowl. It's not a lot at all, so you want to make sure that you're really using a wide tooth comb to detangle, and you're going from the ends and working your way up to the root to prevent breakage. Detangling at the bowl really makes the blow dry process a lot easier, and so yeah, I'm just gonna run through this really quickly. The blow dryer that I'm using, as always, I'll link that in the description section as well. I'm using the Yellow Bird, which is actually one of my favorite blow dryers. It is super powerful, so I do toggle in between the heat settings, because if you leave it on high heat, sometimes it gets really hot and it's hard to hold, number one, and it also can over process your client's hair. So I start out on low heat, and then once their hair is probably about 90% dry, I'll go in with the high heat to just make sure I stretch it as much as possible. The only time I'll really blow dry with the Denman brush is if I'm going to be doing a silk press, but honestly, like, the Yellow Bird is fire, and I think it's only about maybe like 30 to 40 bucks. It's not super expensive, but this blow dryer gets their hair pretty straight, so you don't really need to use a denim brush. As you guys can see, her roots are really stretched. But yes, on some clients and some textures, I will go in with the Denman brush if I want to really just get the ultimate stretch. For braiding hair clients, I really don't do that because I feel like it's not necessary. I can just kind of do this blow dry. This is a lot quicker than if I were to use a Denman brush. So for my braiding clients, I usually never use that. Next, I'm going to go in and do a trim, and this is really important. I always recommend trims for my clients. I know a lot of stylists don't like to do this right before braids because you have issues with the ends sticking out, but if you're tucking their hair, I usually don't have an issue with that. Only when I'm working on like type 3 clients. So for them, I may like be like, oh, let me do it when you're, you know, in your stage when you're taking a break. But I typically always recommend a trim for my clients. And these add-on services are really important when you're in the salon because you want to try to make the most out of each client and still keep their hair healthy. They're more likely to return when they see that their hair is growing and you really care about the health of their hair. So that's really important. So I'm going to be cutting her hair today on a blow dry, and I'm going to kind of zoom through it. Like, this is not a cutting tutorial, but her last cut, I think, was when we first did her big chop. So she hasn't had a cut or a trim in over a year. We haven't put any heat on her hair, so that's why I'm doing it on a blow dry. You can still get a nice clean cut on a blow dry, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. But yes, y'all, it has been a minute since she's done a trim, so I did take off about I'm gonna say probably ½ an inch. It wasn't like super duper bad, but it was definitely time. So yes, those of you guys who are scared of getting trims, like these are really necessary. A lot of people ask, how do I help my hair from being damaged? And I'm like, you need to cut it, trim it. It doesn't mean you have to do like a big chopper. You can always take your hair off gradually, but trims are super, super important. So the last step in prepping, I'm going to go in with a leave-in conditioner, and I'm using Wonder Grow Multi-Texture. This is a leave-in conditioner that I actually don't typically use, but I couldn't find my one that I normally use, so I'm just going to go in with this. The only reason I don't use this one is because it is water-based and it will like make her hair revert, which you can already see it's kind of doing, so that's why I typically don't use it. But I did want to show you guys that you need to moisturize before you do any type of braided style on your clients, and oil is not a moisturizer, it is a sealant, so you can put that after you are done completing the style. So yes guys, for the final clip of this video, we're gonna look at her hair growth. I believe the last time I saw you guys was April 2019 for a hair update, so look at where sis is at now. I'm super excited for her because she has inches. Okay, the top left is where she started with her big chop, and this is where she's at now, and it has been a little over a year, so I'm super excited for her. As always, if you guys like these videos, make sure you guys comment in the comment section and let me know. Hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Also, if you're new to Jasmine's hair care journey, I do have a playlist on this, so you guys can follow that playlist and follow her journey, because sis is about to have inches on inches on inches. So yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in my next video. What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?